Today, I'm going to talk about the transformative power of forgiveness, right? Forgiveness is one of the greatest expressions of love and compassion that you can offer to one another here on this planet. It is a precious gift that liberates both the forgiver and the forgiven, which paves the way for healing and recognition. Forgiveness is not just an action, it is a state of mind. It is a conscious choice to release resentment, hurt, and the need for revenge. When you choose to forgive, you are choosing love over hatred, peace over bitterness, and freedom over the imprisonment of the past, which allows yourselves to break free of the chains of the past, which allows you to pave the way for open peace and comfortability. Now, forgiveness can be a daunting task, trust me. Sometimes you'll feel hurt, betrayed, or even wronged. But when you forgive those who have hurt you, it may seem impossible, but however, forgiveness is not about denying the pain. It's not about denying the things that you've dealt with. It's about choosing not to let those experiences control your life. When you choose to forgive, you are choosing to no longer allow those wounds of the past to control your lives. You are choosing not to carry the weight of resentment or bitterness with you anymore, but making room for love, compassion, and healing. This is the Lord's way. Forgiveness is the act of self-love because it allows you to break free from the emotional prisons that build around the heart when you are in pain. But it is also important to understand that forgiveness is not synonymous with forgetting. You are not denying the injustices that have been done to you or those painful memories. You're just choosing not to allow those messages to define who you are and not to let it dictate the course of your future. In Ephesians chapter 4, verses 2, it says, "Be kind and compassionate to one another," which means forgiving one another just as Christ forgives you. Very important. You must forgive those who do harm to you. Now, let's talk about it because this is a two-part subject, because a lot of people think that forgiveness means letting someone do you wrong and just allowing it to happen because that's the way of Jesus. And that is not exactly it. There is a specific way. Now, forgiveness can lead to reconciliation when both parties are willing, but whatever the outcome is, the act of forgiveness brings healing to the forgiver. And it leaves the door open for the person to allow themselves to be forgiven and to come to you correct so that you can correct the issue. We're going to get into the second half now. Now, many people say you're supposed to forgive and let it go. And you do. You let it go. You do let it go. Once you forgive, you allow yourself the peace of being free from that scenario that hurt you. But where a lot of people go wrong is they think that forgiveness means allowing others to do harm to you over and over again. No. The Lord calls for you to release anything that does not serve you. As you build your spiritual integrity, your spiritual discernment, you begin to see through the intentions of others. And you see through the fallibilities as well. So when someone who has done you wrong numerous times and they come through with an apology and you know it is not sincere, it is still up for you to forgive because they have apologized. But the Lord also calls for you to remove yourself from situations that do not serve your highest good. So when you are in the company of someone who continuously does wrong to you and they apologize from it, the Lord does not look at it as a negative thing if you say, "I forgive you, but I now remove you from my life," because sometimes it does call for that. As you understand how the world works, how people maneuver, it makes it a lot easier for you to be able to walk away from situations regardless of who has ignited that situation. It could be, a brother, a cousin, a sister, your mother. It can be whoever it is. You can forgive that person and walk away with your own integrity, and it's because you are now promoting self-care within that mode. And that is not frowned upon by the Father. Now, when you remove yourself from someone and they are diligent about making sure you understand that they are sincere about their apologies and how they're trying to come, they will in turn reach out a second time to make sure you understand, like, listen, I don't want to be removed from your life. I do sincerely apologize, and I don't want to do harm to you. If they do not, you now know you've made the right choice. Now, in the Bible, in Matthew 18:21-22, I like this one. Peter asked Jesus, how many times am I supposed to forgive somebody who does wrong to me? 7 times? And Jesus says, no, not 7 times. You're to forgive them 70 times 7 times. Every time someone does you wrong, forgive them. It is not our place to seek our own revenge. It is not our place to make sure that person understands how much hurt they've caused. The Lord takes all of that on behalf of you. You let it go, and that's it. That is the role of karma and the Father above, to handle anything, because he sees the hearts of others. So he knows when the apologies are not sincere. He knows when a person meant something in malice, regardless of what their mouth may say. Actions will always speak louder than words. So if someone says that they love you and they continuously hurt you, it's not love. And you will understand it in time as you start to promote self-love. All right, so I want to make sure that we talk about forgiveness today, because a lot of people don't understand that when you forgive someone, you're not doing it for them. You forgive them for yourself, so you do not carry the burdens of pain, of sourness, of bitterness, because it also disrupts your faith. By you saying, I'm so upset by what somebody's done to me and I can't get over it, you're saying you don't have faith in the Father to make sure that he can grant you peace as well as handle that situation appropriately. So you do not want to disrupt your faith by not being a forgiving heart. So let it go, let God, and let yourself heal. And through that healing, a lot of times you will be reunited with people who will not treat you in those ways, who will not do things to you that they know they've done in the past, and they just overlook it as if it's never happened. You know, and we all know pain is a real thing. It exists within us, but no one has to live in a moment of pain. You can live in a place of peace, and that peace is within. It's not without. No one can ever grant that for you. It's within you, and it is with your relationship with the Father. So begin to build, but don't forget to forgive. So I was getting ready to post my video on forgiveness, and I love when the Father does this, because what he'll do sometimes, he'll be like, you're not done. And I'm like, I'm not? There's more? And when he says that, of course, I'm not going to question it. I'm going to just let the Holy Spirit take over and guide my mouth the way it's supposed to. So the one thing that I was getting from the Father that needed to be added to this video is the fact that we also have to understand that sometimes the people around us do things to us that is also to put you on a direct trajectory. I will explain. Sometimes it takes for someone to do some harmful things for you, for you to recognize where you are in life, as well as recognize some of the lessons that the Lord is trying to show you. A lot of the lessons we learn come through people who are in close proximity of us. Even if it is the enemy using them, it's to show you something. This is what we are here for, to go through the experiences and to come out on the other side of them with the lesson. A lot of people get caught up in being here on this planet thinking that, YOLO is it. It's not about living the life. It's how did you choose to live it? What did you learn while you were here? And with those lessons, can you take those with your soul with you when you leave? You take nothing with you when you leave this planet but your lessons. Your soul takes those lessons. So through others doing harmful things to us, a lot of times we don't realize that it changes where we're going. It enlightens sometimes new paths. If you've been living with people who have done you wrong your entire life, and you finally stood up to say, you know what, I am no longer going to deal with this. I cannot. I forgive them, but I need to remove myself for my own sanity, for my own growth and own development. Now that you've removed yourself from that situation and you've gotten rid of some of the negative things in your life, you now leave room for the Lord to fill it with the things that you actually deserve. So in essence, those negative situations, when you learn the lesson, will turn out to be beautiful blessings on the other side. So this is one of the main reasons why we need to forgive. You forgive so that you let go of anything that does not serve you, which now leaves room for more to be refilled. Isn't that awesome? So this is exactly what the Lord wanted me to make sure I put in this message, so that we can understand that just because someone has done wrong to you and you have to forgive them, yes, it may seem like, oh, well, I got to forgive them for, doing bad things to me, or they've always done this to me, or, I feel so terrible. I never feel like I'm made whole. The way you are made whole is by your ability to move past that situation, to take the lesson, understand what the lesson was teaching you, whether it's you can't trust everyone blindly, whether it's, understanding that hurt people, understanding that, when you allow someone to continuously hurt you, 9 times out of 10, they'll keep doing it. Whatever the lesson is for you, once you've taken that lesson, you now get washed clean of that lesson, and you get to move on into the next phases of your development. So definitely forgive, because no one needs extra baggage. Not in 2024, okay? All right, now I'm going to leave it here, okay? So now I'm going to give you my peace. Bye. I'm Jen Simone. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all those things, all right? I love you, family. Bye.